Hey guys, it's Gabby, and today I'm going to be taking you through my May wrap-up. I read 7 fantastic books this month, which I think is absolutely fantastic considering how crazy this month was for me with BookCon and then finals and just the whole last month of school and doing a lot of homework and quizzes and tests and just getting a lot of that out of the way. So I'm very glad to have gotten this many books finished this month, so I'm very excited to take you through all of them. So let's get started. The first book that I read in the month of May is one that I've already reviewed on my channel, so if you're interested in checking out that review, I'll be linking it down below, and that is Everything by Nicola Yoon. I absolutely love this book. I gave it 4.5 stars out of 5 in my review, and I'm absolutely in love with this book. And so when I found out this week that this book is going to be adapted into a movie, I could not have been more excited. I think that this book is going to be an amazing adaptation, and I'm really excited to see how the story gets told considering the way that it's written. But I think this adaptation is just going to be absolutely fantastic, and I'm really, really excited to see where it goes. But I really hope that Nicola gets a lot of involvement in the screenwriting process and that she kind of gets a say as to what goes into the story and what, gets out. But I really hope that she does get a lot of involvement, and the director was just announced that there has been a director on for this film, so I really hope that she does a really great job with this film and, is careful about what gets put into it and what gets taken out, and just really make sure that this book is adapted faithfully, because I think there's a lot of people out there that really enjoyed this book and really love it, and so I cannot wait to see how it gets adapted. But I absolutely love this book, and I'm very excited now to follow along with the casting process and seeing it get adapted, because that is going to be just really fun. The next 3 books that I read in the month of May are actually a part of a trilogy, and that is the Grisha Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I was recommended these by Emma from Emma Books in her High Fantasy versus Urban Fantasy video, and I pretty much had read all of the other books that she mentioned in that video except for anything by Leigh Bardugo, and so I knew that I had to pick these books up, and I'm very glad that Emma kind of gave me the final push to do that, because I really enjoyed them. I give it like 4 stars out of 5 just because there were some parts that were a little bit slow and it was hard to really sometimes stay fully on track with the story, but I really, really loved it, and especially when you got to those high points where it was like you're finally starting to figure stuff out and there are things that are starting to get revealed to you and you're finally starting to piece the whole story together, it just really picks up, and I absolutely loved it. I've heard that the Grisha Trilogy is okay, but Six of Crows is the book where everybody is just like, this is fantastic. So I'm very excited to get into that. I have a copy sitting on my bookshelf, so hopefully I get into that very soon. But I absolutely love the Grisha Trilogy, and I'm very glad that I read it this month. Next book that I read in the month of May is the most hyped book of the month, and that is A Quart of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in the Court of Thorns and Roses series and takes place 3 months after all the events that happened in the first book. And I absolutely love this book, as everyone else on BookTube did. 5 stars out of 5 stars, 10 stars out of 10 stars, whatever you want to rate it. It's an absolutely perfect book. Sarah did such a fantastic job really picking up this world and making it just 10 times more interesting and just really making it fantastic. If I thought I loved A Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury just really assured me of how fantastic this series is. And I really love how a lot of the characters, you start to find out more about them, and there's a lot of things that were a little bit foggy in the first book that you get to see revealed about the characters, and you get to really understand them more and really see the journey that they're going on. And I think that this book just does it fantastically, and I'm so excited to review this book on my channel. A review will definitely be coming soon because I gotta talk about all my feels reading this book because it was fantastic. The next book that I read in the month of May is one that is actually an ARC, and the paperback copy comes out September 20th. That is The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. And this book, just absolutely fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it, and I think that the topics that are explored in this book are ones that we definitely need to talk about more in the community, and I think it was just really interesting to see where the story went, because I don't think I would have picked this book up if I just saw it sitting on a shelf, because I felt like it wasn't something that was really interesting, and I even felt that when I had a copy of the book, that this wouldn't be something that I would really enjoy. But then I read it, and it was just fantastic. All the characters are really lovable, and the story itself is so enjoyable, and I'm just so glad that I read this book this month, because I would have probably just left it sitting there and never picked it up. So I'm so glad that I finally read this, because I loved it. And there'll be more coming on this book as for like background and stuff and whatever, getting into the plot as we get closer to the release date. So I'm very excited. I'll be doing a non-spoiler review for this book. And like I said, I'll link down below all of the reviews for these books that I mentioned once they're all up. So definitely be sure to keep your eyes peeled for those. But I'm excited to talk to you guys more about this book, and I definitely recommend you pick it up when it comes out. So the final book that I read in the month of May, and I finished it May 31st, so just barely made it into the wrap-up, and that is More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. This book, oh my god, this could not have been the best book to wrap up my month of reading for May, because it's so fantastic. I don't know why I didn't pick it up sooner. This story just is so beautiful and just so amazing. It just makes you, it doesn't make you more happy than not, it makes you less happy than not. Like, it's just sad, but it's so fantastic. And will have a review up for this book June 7th, which is Adam Silvera's birthday, and it's like the 1-year release of this book was like a few days ago. So I'm just gonna be like in that review celebrating 1 year of More Happy Than Not, Adam's birthday, and just all the fantasticness that is this book. So I'm not gonna talk much about it other than say that it's 5 stars out of 5 stars, because this book just fantastic. And I love the topics it explores and how it's written and just the story that it tells and the characters that you meet and just everything about this book is fantastic. And I'm so glad I picked it up, and this ended my month of reading because I don't think that there would have been any other book that was as satisfactory as this book was. I absolutely loved it. And I totally recommend you pick it up if you haven't, because it's just such a beautiful, beautiful story. And you need to read it. It doesn't even like matter what any of these books are about. Read them all because they are fantastic, especially this one. And I'm very excited to get more into it in my review on Tuesday. So that is pretty much it for my May wrap-up. Definitely make sure to check out all of these books if you're interested in reading them, and I will link all of my reviews for these books once they're up down below. But definitely check all of these gorgeous books out. Like, look at them, just gorgeous. So definitely make sure to read all of these. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time with a new video. Goodbye.